quarter 1, week 7, day 2. The first thing we're doing is order of operations. So the first thing you're going to do is the parentheses. Again, we're doing PEMDAS. So it's P, E, M, D, A, S. All right, so are there parentheses? Yes, there are. So we have 72 divided by 9, and that's going to equal 8. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do, and we're done with parentheses. Next, we're going to do exponents, which is 7 squared. Remember, that's not 7 times 2, it's 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so that's going to be our answer for that. All right, so now we're left with 105 minus 49 plus 8. Okay, let's make that 4 a little bit nicer. There we go. All right, at this point, we're done with exponents. There is no multiplication left. There is no division left. There is addition, but we don't do that first. Remember, guys, when we look at addition and subtraction, it's as a group. So, since all we're left with is addition and subtraction, you just go from left to right, just like when you are reading. Okay, so we're going to end up with 105 minus 49, which equals 56. So we have 56. So we have 56 plus 8 left. So at this point, we do 56 plus 8, and that's going to equal 64. So if we follow order of operations, we are going to end up with 64 in this case. All right, it says find the difference. If we're finding the difference, we are doing subtraction, and that's exactly what they're showing here. So let's go ahead and start. Let's take 7 away from 4, which you can't. So we're going to have to borrow from the 8 and make that a 7, which makes this a 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. Now we take 0 away from 7, which ends up just being 7. We can't take 4 away from 2, so we're going to have to borrow from this 4 and make it a 3. This becomes a 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Okay, so we can't take 9 away from 3, so we're borrowing from the 8. So we have 13 minus 9. So 13 minus 9 is 4. And then we have 7 minus 4 is 3. And then 8 minus 3 is 5. All right, at this point, we just come over 3, put our comma, and our answer is 534,877. So that's the difference. Now we need to find the quotient. Okay, so if we are finding the quotient, we are doing, with fractions, we're going to have to change the 6 and make it a 6 over 1. Okay, so once we have that, we know we have to do the keep, change, flip again. Again, we keep this, we change that to a multiplication sign, and we flip this one around to its reciprocal or its inverse. Okay, so we have 6 over 1, which again, we keep the same, 6 over 1. The division sign, we make it a multiplication sign. And then we flip this around and make it 7 over 2. Now, if we look real quick, we can see that we can do some cross-reducing this direction. So 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 goes into 2 1 time. We can't do any cross-reducing this direction, so we're pretty much stuck. So we have 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 1 is 1, so obviously the answer to this one is 21. So 6 divided by 2/7. 2/7 will go into 6 21 times. Kevin makes $78.37 a day. How much does he make in 7 days? Okay, well, all we're going to do is take that and multiply it by 7. Okay, we could actually show it as a unit rate. okay, where we have $78.37 per 1 day. And then we want to basically kind of move it up to where we have how much per 7 days. Okay, so if you want to set it up this way, you can see that we just have to multiply, okay, both by 7, which we kind of figured out anyway, right? So let's see what that is. All right, so I rewrote it so that it would be easier to do. So we have 7 times 7, which is 49. So carry the 4, put the 9 down here. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 more is 25. Put 2 up, 5 down there. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 2 is 58. So put 5 up there. 8 down there. 7 times 7 is 49 again. And then we have 49 plus 5, which equals 54. All right, then we look and see how many numbers are to the right of the decimal up here. There's 2 there. There's none in this row, so there's just 2 places, 1, 2. So our answer is 548.59. So 548.59. So that's how much money would be made in 7 days. All right, so here we are. We are going to find the product, okay, but we have a decimal and a non-decimal. The cool thing is that we are finding the product, which means we are multiplying, which means we don't have to worry about lining up the decimal. So we're going to end up with 1,389 times 6.58. Okay, so we're going to multiply by 6.58. All right, now I have worked this all out already, and so I'm going to go ahead and put the answer just for time's sake, because we've been doing a lot of find the product. So if you work this out and you get this answer, you did it correct. The answer is 9,139.62. Okay, so I didn't work out all the stuff on the screen here, but the correct answer is 9,139.62. Make sure you have that down, and we're going to move on to the next problem now. Use the distributive property to express 27 plus 60. Well, again, using distributive property means we're going to kind of take a number and factor it out of 27 and 60. So let's find a number that's both in 27 and 60 as far as a factor. Well, here's all the factors of 27. Here's all the factors of 60. There's a lot more for 60 than 27. But what is the biggest number that's in both of those? Well, the answer is 3, right? There's a 3 here and a 3 here. There's not a 9. There's not a 27. So to distribute this out, we're going to take a 3 and put it outside of the parentheses. So how many times does 3 go into 27? Well, it's 3 times 9 is 27. So we're going to put a 9 right there. And how many times does 3 go into 60? Well, 3 goes into 60. Well, 3 goes into 6 2 times. So it's going to be 3 going into 60 20 times. And that's our answer. So we're just having the 26 or 27 plus 60, and we're going to factor out the 3. And then we end up with 3, and then inside of parentheses, 9 plus 20. Again, if we were to do distributive property the opposite way, we would do 3 times 9, and that would give us 27, right? And then we would do 3 times 20, and that would give you 60. Okay, so that's how you would do it. To make a trail mix, you must have 4 cups of pretzels and 2 cups of chips. Okay, so 4 cups of pretzels and 2 cups of bread chips. What is the ratio of pretzels? Okay, so they're starting off with pretzels and then to bread chips. Okay, so pretzels was 4 and bread chips had 2. Okay, so 4 cups of pretzels for every 2 cups of bread chips. What is the ratio of pretzels to bread chips? Or we can actually simplify that and say 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 2 once. Okay, so you can actually put this as an answer as well. The ratio of pretzels to bread chips is either 4:2, or you can also put 2:1. Either one of those would be correct. All right, this is called an input-output table or just a ratio table. So we have a complete the table. So we have 2 numbers here that we don't know. So we need to find out what they are. So we know that the ratio is for every 5 papers, there are 4 pencils. And to get from 5 to 10, we multiplied by 2. Okay, and so that's what obviously we did for pencils, is we also multiplied by 2. Okay, so to get to the next one, we're going from 5 to 15. Well, to get from 5 to 15, you're multiplying by 3. So we're going to do the same thing to this side to get this answer. So times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so the answer to that part of the table is 12. And then let's do the last one. To get from 5 to 20, we're multiplying by 4. Okay, so to get from 4 to get to this answer, we're going to do 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So to fill in the rest of this, we will put in 12, and for the other one, it would be 16. 12 and 16, that's how we complete that table. Okay, if a board game was originally $25 and is on sale and you can buy it for $18, what is the percent of discount? All right, there are so many different ways you can do this, but I think probably one of the most logical is to take the original price, which was $25, and subtract the price that it is now. And if you do that, you have 25 minus 18, which is 7. So basically the price was marked down $7. So if we can figure out, 7 out of 25, so basically 25 is the total amount, and 7 was the discount. So it was $7 was the price drop. So now it's $18 because of that $7 price drop. So the easiest thing to do is divide 25 into 7, and that would give you your decimal. Or the other thing you can do is this. You can go from 25 to 100, because that would be a full amount. 25 times 4 is 100, so 7 times 4 is 28, right? So it's going to be 28 if we use a scaled up ratio. And why would we want to get up to 100? Because percent means per 100. So as long as we can get the denominator to be 100, then that would be the answer. So it's going to be a little easier if I change the color. So this would be 28 up here. So it's 28 out of 100, or 28 out of 100 is simply 28%. So that was a pretty significant discount. To get $7 off of the $25, that would be a 28% discount.